All right, welcome back to the channel again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for coming over, man. One of the biggest questions I get consistently, where is Allie Carter? I have no clue. I don't know what her most recent video is. I don't know if she's hiding out. The last thing I've known is like seeing her like trying to get out the house or trying to move out the house or saying that they took stuff. I don't know. But she has alleged so many things. So many. You know, this trial is still going on. I don't know if they tried to reach out to her, subpoena for her to come in and testify. I have no clue. But going to check this video out. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over and watching. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Just so you can focus before I go, if something happens to us after we get off this live, in the meantime, I just want you to know I have dropped paperwork, documents, information on to everybody around the world, and I'm telling all of you insurance holders that are watching this right now, if we are dead, there is no point for you to sit on that information. Do you hear me?
Yo.
No point.
Claims about Barack Obama and Joe Biden that the world. How did it get there? Take us through your story.
Well, you know, as young as I remember, through many elite places. I went from the Buckingham Palace to under the Getty Museum in Los Angeles, still under the custody of Child Protective Services, the child welfare system. And everybody is so worried about the elite, and we could give those names of Barack Obama, Joe Biden. We know about Michelle Obama, that's a man. We know about Too Short. We know about Akon and Steven Tyler, and we can give those names all day, and everybody is so worried about that. But what you should be worried about is the people that are in between, the people that go as low as your grave diggers, traffic to people within my schools.
Katt Williams just dropped something wild, something that got people doing double takes. According to him, Allie...
Boy. I'm going to try to edit this video to where it'll make sense. Again, I told y'all there's certain trigger words that can't be said, but boy, she just said a lot. Under the Getty.
Carter didn't just vanish, she was taken. And listen, before we go any further, let's get this out the way. Everything you're about to hear is based on claims, allegations, and sources close to the situation. So don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
I'm just here to lay it out exactly how it's been said.
Right.
Now, one of Allie's last live streams told us everything we needed to know about how real things were getting and how scared she was. In it, she straight up named Diddy and his circle. According to her, this wasn't just about freak off. Nah, she said they were running deep exploitation rings involving vulnerable people transferred from poor countries, some given up by their own parents, and brought to the US to be used in ways most people couldn't stomach hearing.
You knew these parties were not okay. They were.
The most disturbing moments, Allie went live and told the world that some of these peep ones were forced into acts that we can't even talk about. She said horses, dogs, so y'all connect the dots. But she didn't stop there. She claimed she was there, witnessing this madness while working inside the industry. And the people who survived, they were never the same again, mentally or physically. She even said many didn't make it out alive. Right after all this came out, Allie disappeared. Not slowly, just gone. No live streams, no social media, no updates. Her family went public, begging for help. According to several sources, they never got any ransom demands either, which made things even more intense. If it was about money, someone would have asked, but nobody did. It looked like whoever took her didn't want anything back. They just wanted her gone.
When Allie was put in foster care, I was advocating for her, and I was reporting back, and I was writing reports and turning in reports to CPS based on the she was telling me that she was experiencing while in foster care. At first, they embraced me and they were allowing me to have visitation with her. When I started making too many waves, they turned everything back on me. They filed a court order that said to Allie, and they were telling me I was not allowed to have contact with her because they were trying to silence things, and they were using that as a means to scare me. Shortly after that, Allie went missing from CPS care. She was AWOL for over a year. After that year was up, they placed her with me. They said I was a good home and a good fit for her, and they allowed her to be placed in my home. Those are two opposite things in a very short time, but they do that to a lot of parents. That's a tactic they use to silence people.
Thing is, Allie had already been warning people. She said it straight up before all this went left, that strange men had broken into her home. She made it clear these weren't random thieves. She believed they were sent operatives hired to track down and erase whatever evidence she might have had on the people she was naming.
Just so you can focus before I go, if something happens to us after we get off this live, in the meantime, I just want you to know I have dropped paperwork, documents, information on everybody around the world, and I'm telling all of you insurance holders that are watching this right now, if we are dead.
But it's like, with everything going on, can you trust the people that you gave this information to do what you want them to do? It's always extremely tough to react to videos dealing with her because she did not hold back. She does not hold back. She'll say everything the way she wants to say it and leave no details out. But it's like, I can hear it and try to explain to y'all in the best way I can for y'all to understand what she's saying. But it is very challenging to listen to this, not just from an editing standpoint, but just from like a human standpoint. Like, my goodness.
There's no point for you to sit on that.
Furniture flipped, electronics smashed, personal stuff torn up. Luckily, she wasn't home at the time. But the message, loud and clear. They knew where she lived and they were getting closer.
You don't believe me? Here you go. What once was a full house, we were still paying rent on our house. What we were doing this whole time was moving everything because our house is gone. Our house is gone. This is the price of speaking out. This is the price of speaking out.
After that, she recorded one of the most emotional messages she ever posted. Her voice was shaking. She wasn't even talking about the break-in. She was venting about the silence, about the people who were supposed to support her but were too busy arguing online.
You get re-victimized again by people who wanted to argue it back and forth this week like that mattered. Okay, you had Stu Peters and Timothy Charles Homestead going back and forth, and nobody has even bothered. Not that I give a damn, and not that I understand that you guys are gonna be that selfish, but nobody has bothered to apologize for all the hell that.
And as for the people allegedly behind everything, here's what she said.
Standing Rock Avenue, because everybody has the address, because organizations that were attached to Marks, Sawyer, and many other organizations decided to put out the address, my license plate to one of my cars, and many other of my shit. So here you go. You can have it, right?
And you know what? She didn't seem like she was lying. Then came details that made people's stomachs turn. She started describing these underground auctions. So Allie wasn't just talking about secret tapes or baby oils. She had evidence on something that would have broken the entire industry from inside out. So when Allie went missing, those who were locked in already knew this wasn't a mystery. It was the next step in a horror show playing out in real time. That's when people like Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright stepped in. Jaguar, who had her own beef with the industry, wasn't about to stay quiet. She'd been through her own madness, from being hunted to getting locked up, but she survived. And when Allie vanished, Jaguar came forward with her own shocking reveal. She said the person behind Allie's disappearance wasn't Diddy. It was someone even deeper in the shadows. A true puppet master, someone organizing these takedowns of people who dared to talk.
People didn't want to believe it. That's why they attacked me when I took the air out of her story. But see, when Allie Carter came back and, also addressed it, now that's just dead. They wanted to believe those phonies.
And Jaguar didn't stop there. She reminded people that both she and Katt Williams had been targeted too. She said Katt got hit with a home invasion, not just a break-in, but an attack where men came in while he slept. Luckily, the attempt failed, but the trauma, real enough that Katt started sleeping in a bulletproof Kevlar vest.
I've had home invasion robbers at my house. I've had 7 dudes in Cleveland come to the hotel room with their guns out and masks on.
You're kidding me.
No, so I'm like,
Katt never laid it all out himself, but folks close to him said he wasn't the same after that, and honestly, it tracks. Katt's always been the type to call things out, from shady contracts to strange behavior in Hollywood circles. Whether on stage or in interviews, he never bit his tongue, and in this case, his rep for telling the truth makes people stop and take these Allie Carter claims a little more seriously.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need no. You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Because here's the thing. The longer Allie stayed missing, the more believable she started to sound. And according to several people in the know, Katt and Jaguar are working together behind the scenes to find her. Allegedly, before Allie went missing, she had already sent some evidence and audio to people like Katt for safekeeping. And that's why Katt, Jaguar, and a handful of others ain't letting this go. Because if even half of what Allie Carter said was true, then the rabbit hole goes way deeper than most people are ready to admit. Even some users on the internet couldn't deny it. One said, Allie is the most believable I've heard. Another added, this is why people don't speak out. This woman was brave enough to speak on this Hollywood, should be shut down, and she should be protected. So what's your take on this jaw dropper? Sound off in the comments. We're diving.
The title of this video says Katt Williams drops Allie Carter's last known location. They hunted her. Look, man, I'm going to just say this. When people speak out and then you see weird things happen, that's when you know that things are true. Because it's one thing for people to say something and it's like, whatever, but like they go missing, or they pass away or just something like that after they speak out, like the whole Angie Stone situation. You got to pay attention to stuff like that, man. Am I saying that this stuff is true? As far as everything in this video, I don't know. I'm just trying to inform myself, But like, what if it is? What if this all is 100% true? Look how crazy that is. It's all connected, man. It's all connected. I don't know where she is. And maybe that's a good thing that she isn't, because again, I don't know if she's been reached out to, if they're protecting her, if she's going to testify. I don't know. But I guess we're going to have to wait and see. Maybe, depending on how this trial go, if Diddy ends up being found guilty, and she doesn't testify, maybe she'll come back out. I don't know. But it seems like something definitely is going on. Like, share, comment below, man. Appreciate y'all coming over. Peace out.